So our main event. Our main event, people. This is for the middleweight strap. We have champion Dricus du Plessis against challenger Khamzat Chimaev. And goddamn, this is such a good fight, right? Dricus, unorthodox style. Khamzat, a buzzsaw. Very different. Both very dangerous. And the crazy thing is, both fighters, every fight is, this might be their comeuppance, right? This might be the time they lose. And what happens? They keep on winning, right? They keep on doing their thing. So Boris Khamzat Chimaev, he's 31, 6'2", 75-inch reach. He's 14-0 on a 15-fight win streak. Okay? He is 8-0 in the UFC. And last time out, he tried to rip the face off of Robert Whittaker. Right? That first round face crank, which was crazy. That was October last year. Right? It is so weird. There are these times and you think, oh, that was this year, right? That was the beginning of no, that was last year that happened. I think that was in Abu Dhabi as well. Right? But yeah, you think it's a different time, which is nuts. So, man, he has beat everyone put in front of him. Right? It all started off in Fight Island. Okay, right. So he beat John Phillips and then Reese McKee. And then he came back and beat Jared Marshall. That's what happened. Right, because that was in the Apex, the Marshall fight, if I remember correctly. Right, he then beat Li Jinglong. Right, beat Jack Hermansson in a wrestling match. Gilbert Burns, Kevin Holland. That was that crazy situation. Was that UFC 22? Something like that. And everything, just the card just, woof. Man, that was a crazy one, right? And then he beat Kamaru Usman. Another crazy situation. Right? But he's winning those fights. You know what I mean? That's the thing. And I think you go, okay, this person is going to, stop him. He's not going to be able to do this to this. And then he does. You know what I mean? And then he does. I think people were like, because the Usman one was Usman on short notice. So Whittaker, that was a one, right? Where people were just like, he isn't running through Robert Whittaker. Robert Whittaker is savvy. Robert Whittaker will be able to stop him. Will be able to drag him into cold waters, hot water. What's the drag you in? Deep. That's it. Robert Whittaker will be able to drag him into deep waters. That's what people thought. And what happened? He murked Robert Whittaker. And that's the thing. You can go, this person is going to, but they don't. And every fight, he gets better. Every fight, he gets better. He's now fighting in the States. I think he's fighting he trains at Syndicate now, I believe, right? as well as All Stars, as well as in Abu Dhabi, right? So he is legit, right? He's legit. He's a monster. He is going up against the champion, Dricus du Plessis. He's 31, 6'1", 76-inch reach. They're both the same age, which is interesting. But Dricus has had more fights, right? He's 23-2 on an 11-fight win streak. So that is the interesting thing, right? Khamzat, he's a monster. He's running through people. Dricus has more fights, right? He's 9-0 in the UFC. Beat Strong Strickland, beat Israel Adesanya. In his 2 title defenses, beat Strickland for the belt, split decision. Right, so a lot of people feel Strickland won that fight, right? But Dricus won it, and he's defended the belt, right? And defended the belt well. That's the big thing. And he's also fought Robert Whittaker, stopped him. Derek Brunson, stopped him. Darren Till, stopped him. Brad Tavares, Trevor Giles. Right, he's fought those fights, and some of those fights, like the Darren Till fight, was kind of sloppy, right? But Darren Till got tired and basically gave his neck in that 3rd round. That was just, it was a weak sub, right? But the Robert Whittaker fight, that was a war, and Dricus won that fight, right? So again, it's like, oh, this person will win, but Dricus gets it done. Now, he probably was losing the Adesanya fight, I would say. But didn't give up and got the sub. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Sometimes heart bridges that gap. Right? Sometimes heart and tenacity bridge that skill gap. And we have seen that with du Plessis. Is he the most skillful striker? No. But he gets it done. So this is such an interesting fight. Right? It is such an interesting fight. Now, a lot of people say if it goes long, du Plessis wins. Have we seen a Chimaev fight go long? Really? There's even the Gilbert fight. Yes, it went the distance, right? It was 3 rounds. Went the distance. Chimaev was good in the 3rd round. It's not like he was a mess. He was all over. No. He was not. Same with the Usman fight. He was not a wreck in the last round. So, is dragging it into deep waters really gonna do anything? I don't know. And to be honest, I don't think it will. Right? Because Chimaev trains his ass off. So, the whole later round, championship round, I don't think it means anything. I think this just comes down to the person that has that little bit more on the night. But to be like the person that wants it more, they both want it. Right? You can't go, oh, I think du Plessis wants it more than Chim. No, they both want this with every ounce of their souls. Alright, so it just comes down to who has got that little bit more. Who's able to ride that luck that little bit more. That's what I think it comes down to. Right? So it's a toss-up. It's a pick-em. It's 50-50. I'm going and no. I'm going and new. But am I uber confident in that? No. But yeah, I'm saying Khamzat Chimaev for the win. And new middleweight champion of the world.